Anybody like to go camping here? Ushers, please remove these people. I hate camping. I've got a group of friends that every year they go camping and climb a mountain. I'm like, what are you doing up there? They said, we get to the top and the goal is just to be. I'm like, cool, I'll be here when you get back. My buddy Gary said, you want to go on a fun trip? I said, yes. He said, great, we start training on Monday. I'm like, I don't remember having to train for vacation. We got to board this train to get into the woods, and train stops, and this guy gets out and just starts throwing all of our bags into the woods. He's like, finding your stuff is the first part of the adventure. Gary says, all right, it's 4 miles that way. I'm like, what? They didn't drop us off at the campsite? What kind of jacked up business is this? It's like if I buy an airplane ticket to Hawaii and they drop me off in California and like, we pretty much got you there. So we start hiking. I got this 45-pound bag on my back. At one point, I took my bag off and I traded it with my wife. That's the kind of husband I am. I'm not even sorry about it. I'm like dying. She's like, feels good to break a sweat. We hike for 6 hours. We get to the campsite and I'm like, I gotta poop. So now I'm walking through the woods with a stick like I'm a freaking caveman looking for a Mother Nature-made toilet. And I find this tree that's got these 2 roots sticking out that are kind of high. It's like kind of perfect for my butt cheeks. So I'm like digging. I'm like, how deep does this hole need to be? I don't know how much poop is inside there. Eventually my stick, like it hits something. I'm like, what's going on? And I pull it up to reveal my greatest fear I didn't know I had. It's a used tampon. I wish I could say that was the last time I saw that tampon, but the next day there was this wild sheep walking around with it hanging out of his mouth. So I finished going to the bathroom, I'm pulling on my pants, and I look over and realize I have walked so deeply into the woods, I'm actually really close to this other campsite, and there's this family of 4 just looking at me with their mouths open. I'm like, that is something you will never unsee. The next morning, we get up to summit a 14er, which is something I never thought I would do. And I didn't do it. We're a little over halfway up, and my best friends and my wife, they come to me and they said, we've been talking. We're concerned for you. We're gonna go. You stay here. They're gone. I'm like, this is great. And I'm walking around the side of this mountain that I don't want to be on. It's raining. I'm freezing. I'm starving because I didn't pack any food for the day because I thought a better use of my bag space would be to pack a French press. Eventually, they come back. We get back to the campsite, but like it's full on raining now. And it's just like not stopping, no end in sight. That night, the next morning, we can't do anything. So I'm just like, you guys want to watch a movie? They're like, how are we going to watch a movie? I'm like, I brought my iPad. So all 4 of us get in this 3-man tent, and we're watching the movie Silver Linings Playbook. And I'm thinking to myself, this is the worst movie experience of my life. And then Gary starts farting in the tent. I'm like, that is the worst movie experience of my life. So I'm like, that's it, guys. I'm done. I just want to get on the train, buy one of those sandwiches from the food cart, and go home. I get on the train. I go to the food cart. They're out of sandwiches. I will never go camping again. The end.